If you please. Now, Mr. Vanderhoff, you do know there's quite a penalty for not filing an income tax return.
Penalty?
Mr. Henderson, let me ask you something.
Well,
Suppose I pay you this money. Mind you, I don't say I'm going to pay it, but just for the sake of argument, what's the government going to do with it?
how do you mean?
Well, what do I get for my money? If I go into Macy's and buy something, there it is. I see it. What's the government give me?
Well, the government gives you everything. It protects you.
What from?
Well, invasion. Foreigners that might come over here and take everything you've got.
Oh, I don't think they're going to do that.
If you didn't pay an income tax, they would. How do you think the government keeps up the Army and the Navy? All those battleships.
Last time we used battleships was in the Spanish-American War. And what did we get out of that? Cuba. And we gave that back. I wouldn't mind paying for something sensible.
Sensible. Well, what about the Congress and the Supreme Court and the President? We've got to pay them, don't we?
Not with my money, no sir.
Now wait a minute! I'm not here to argue with you. All I know is that you haven't paid an income tax and you've got to pay it.
They've got to show me.
We don't have to show you, I just told you. All those buildings down in Washington and the interstate commerce and the Constitution.
Oh, the Constitution was paid for long ago, and the interstate commerce. What is the interstate commerce anyhow?
There are 48 states, see? And if there weren't interstate commerce, nothing could go from one state to another. See?
Why not? They got fences.
No, they haven't got fences, they've got laws. My God, I've never seen anything like this before.
Well, I might be willing to pay about $75, but that's all it's worth.
You'll pay every cent of it like everybody else does.
Listen, Essie, listen to this a minute.
Let me tell you something else. You'll go to jail if you don't pay. Do you hear that? That's the law. And if you think you think you're bigger than the law, you've got another thing coming.
Huh?
You're no better than anybody else. And the sooner you get that through your head, the better. You'll be hearing from the United States government. That's all I can say.
Look out for those snakes.
How was that, Essie?
Hi, Ed.
How did that sound to you,
I like it.
My goodness, he was kind of mad,
Oh,
wasn't he?
it's not his fault. The whole thing is just so silly.
He left his hat.
Oh, say, what size is that hat?
7 and an 8.
Just right for me.
Who was that fellow anyway?
Oh, this must be Mr. Kirby.
Better make sure this time.
Yes, I will. Good evening.
How do you do?
Oh, is this Mr. Anthony Kirby Jr.?
Yes.
Oh, come right in. Come right in. We've been expecting you. This is really Mr. Kirby. Now, I'm Alice's mother. This is Alice's grandfather. Alice's father, Mr. Sycamore.
Still, nice to meet you.
Alice's sister, Essie, and Essie's husband, Ed.
Hi. How do you do?
Well, now you've met all of us, Mr. Kirby. Give me your hat, make yourself right at home.
Thank you.
Is that Mr. Kirby, Mother? Yes, yes it is, dear, and he is lovely. I'll be right down. Oh, please be seated, Mr. Kirby.
Oh, thank you. I'm not keeping you from dinner, am I?
Oh, no. Have a tomato?
No, thank you.
How about a piece of candy?
No, thanks.
Oh, I forgot to introduce Mr. DePinna. Mr. DePinna, Mr. Kirby.
How do you do? Wasn't I reading about your father in the newspaper the other day? Didn't he get indicted or something? Hardly that. He just testified before the Securities Commission. That's all.
Yes, I'm sure there was nothing crooked about it, Mr. DePinna. In fact, Alice has often told us what a lovely man your father is.
Well, I know Father couldn't get along without Alice. She knows more about the business than any of us.
Oh, well, you're awfully young, Mr. Kirby, aren't you, to be vice president of a big place like that?
How would you know what that means, Vice President? All I get is a desk with my name on it.
Is that all? don't you get any salary?
Well, a little. More than I'm worth, I'm afraid.
Oh, now he's just being modest.
Sounds kind of dull to me, Wall Street. Do you like it?
Well, the hours are short, and I haven't been at it very long.
Just out of college, huh?
Well, I knocked around for a while first. Just sort of had fun.
What did you do? Travel?
For a while, yes. And then I went to Cambridge for a year.
England.
That's right.
Oh, say, what's an English commencement like? Have you been to any?
Oh, very impressive.
They are, huh?
Well, now the fun's over and I'm facing the world.
Well, you have certainly got a good start, Mr. Kirby. Vice president and a rich father.
Well, that's hardly my fault.
Well, now I suppose you're all ready to settle down and get married.
Ah, come now, Penny. I'm sure Mr. Kirby knows his own
I
mind.
wasn't making up his mind for him, was I, Mr. Kirby?
That's quite all right, Mrs. Sycamore.
You see,
Well, you mustn't rush him,
all
Mom.
I'm saying is he's bound to get married someday. And suppose the wrong girl gets him.
Well, here I am. A vision in blue. Oh, apparently you've had time to get acquainted.
Oh, yes, indeed. We were just having a lovely little chat about love and marriage.
Oh, dear. I'm sorry, I came down as fast as I could.
I didn't mind it in the least.
Damn those flies in the kitchen! Oh! Miss Alice, don't you look beautiful? Where you going?
I'm going out, Reba.
Stepping, huh?
Oh, that would be Mr. Collycall. I think we'd better go, Tony.
All right.
Grandpa! You take cream on your cornflakes? I forget.
Half and half, Donald.
Ah, my little Rabishka!
All right.
Mr. Collins.
Good evening, everybody!
Good evening.
Grandpa, I had another letter from Russia.
Yeah.
Their second five-year plan is a failure.
Mr. Collycall, I practiced today.
Oh, my double.
Will you excuse us, Mr. Collycall?
My little Alice, oh, never have I seen you look so magnificent.
Thank you. Tony, this is Mr. Kolenkoff, Essie's dancing teacher. Mr. Kirby,
How do you do?
How do you do?
will you pardon us, Mr. Kolenkoff? We're going to the Monte Carlo Ballet.
The Monte Carlo Ballet? It stinks.
Yes, well, goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye. So glad to have met you all.
Goodbye.
Monte Carlo Ballet?
Isn't Mr. Kirby lovely? Oh, dinner! Dinner, everyone! Come on!
I thought he was a nice fellow, didn't you?
Oh, and so good looking.
And he had such nice manners. Did you notice, everyone? Did you notice his manners?
Well, he certainly did. You were getting pretty personal with him.
Oh, now, Paul. Anyhow, I think he's a very nice young man.
He looks like a cousin of mine.
Stag lift in your head.
Well, I think if they get married here, I'll put the altar right where the snakes are. You wouldn't mind, would you, Grandpa?
Not if the snakes don't.
Oh, no, they'll want to get married in a church. His family and everything.
I like this.
Quiet, quiet. Well, sir, we've been getting along pretty good for quite a while now, and we're certainly much obliged. Remember, all we ask is to go along and be happy in our own sort of way. Of course, we want to keep our health, but as far as everything else is concerned, we'll leave it to you. Thank you.
So the second time you came with a bad woman.
Oh, catastrophic and wait until they try to good five-year plan.
Of course, his family's gonna want to come too. Imagine Alice marrying a Kirby. Think of that. It's been exciting.